welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to News and Updates. There is so much going on, and you are in the right place to catch up with all of the news that impacts AltSpace VR lives and community. Welcome, everybody.
We are celebrating our fourth year bringing you the news that you need to know about AltSpace and our this amazing community we have here. I love our, don't you love our community? Love it. The news and updates,
Yay.
yay! The news and updates is produced by our wonderful producer, Mark, the genius who started the show 4 years ago with a desire to give back to the community that gave him so much more. He personifies the essence of our community. And that's part of our theme today is community. We don't work for AltSpace VR, but we are passionate about our community and we are here to help bring you the news from within and around our community. And we want to make it a better place. Okay. That's our job. That's our mission here. Share with you the information, make this a better place. We bring it to you with love. Okay. Too much laughter and a few tears and definitely some groans behind the scenes. Trust us, this job ain't easy, but we do it for you.
Indeed, Laurel. We do it because we love it and we love our community. It's our time to keep giving back. So let's get this party started with some quick news. What's never quick from in and around the Outspace VR community and
It actually
beyond.
is quick. It is quick. If we gave you all the news, we'd be here for like 3 hours. So it's
Oh,
quick
isn't
enough.
that the truth? And there's so much to cover. I mean, this 2022, I think, is going to be a pivotal year. So before
Hmm.
we begin the news, our hearts go out to the millions impacted by extreme weather this week. To those in the Pacific Northwest, especially in and around the Canadian border, a new weather phenomenon, originally called the Pineapple Express and now known as an atmospheric river, dumped unprecedented amounts of rain, melting mountain snow, glaciers, and flooding lakes, rivers, and areas rarely flooded. Whole towns were evacuated due to the rising waters and risk of dams and water reservoirs overflowing or breaking. Early extreme cold temperatures are moving into New England and all points north to south that could bring life threatening snow and freezing conditions.
Thunderstorms with flash flood warnings are causing severe weather warnings in the Sahara Desert.
Phew.
While thunderstorms and heavy flood potential rains are hitting northern India, in Delhi, they're under a required shutdown due to the unbelievable smog and air pollution. Now, take this as a reminder to all of us that the AltSpace VR community knows no boundaries and no borders. We are a community. What impacts one impacts all of us.
As the at the Glasgow Climate Change Conference with the United Nations, as they finished up their international meeting this week with an agreement to address the serious issues of climate change, the idea that we are all living under the same roof becomes more and more clear with each weather disaster and pollution report. Luckily, for those of us investing our lives and businesses in VR early, we've learned that VR is one of the best ways to save the climate. The more vested we are in the virtual world, the less we consume in the real world and the less pollution is generated.
The 2020 International Summit with Educators in VR had a geologist and an engineer research the potential of a green conference held entirely in VR and used the International Summit as an example. He found that that 6-day conference prevented more than 7.5 million kilograms of carbon dioxide from being emitted into the atmosphere. See, VR is good for the environment and the community.
Yes, for sure. So last week, we reported about the Wall Street Journal reporter spending 24 hours in the metaverse to learn about it and see its potential, and how we felt that that wasn't a very good way to report on it. Honestly, does anyone really get a feel for what the metaverse and all VR is about in just an hour or two, let alone within 24 hours? So we thought we'd share a taste of what 24 hours in AltSpace VR should be if you really wish to understand what this is all about.
The journey should begin with a visit to the info zone to see what all that potential is, followed by the 30-minute AltSpace VR 101 tutorial event that it helps introduce people not just to AltSpace VR, but the etiquette and basics to discover the true potential of AltSpace VR.
And then afterwards, take them on a quick tour of no more than 4 different worlds to wander in and see the potential and creativity of. First would be Darren and the Chocolate Factory world, for a look at what can be accomplished through the world editor. Visitors will also see what can be accomplished through adding sounds via Unity and the AltSpace uploader.
Next, we recommend Daisy Shaw's Solitude for a beautiful experience with Unity, followed by Lance Whiskey's Club Aqua, providing a spectacular experience in an underwater nightclub, which he's customized for various parties celebrated here in AltSpace.
The last world would be Dargan's Kill World, to experience an interactive game built with Microsoft's MRE or mixed reality extension that pushes the limits of this technology.
And have them attend a workshop or class. There are so many here. Find out what their passion is and find something related to it. Learning in VR is not just immersive, it's engaging and a moment. And honestly, it feels right to learn in VR, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And we would end with an open mic or concert performance. If an open mic, encourage them to get up and share a joke or a short story or sing. Why not? What fun to encourage them to step out of their comfort zone.
That would be a full body and mind experience to really help people understand how AltSpace VR basically works and to interact with the positive nature of social VR and this community. Don't you think that sounds like a better thing than a trip to the
Yes.
campfire at a nightclub? That was a little questionable. Now, a reporter may be against a deadline and not be given enough time to release things social VR experience, but this is our recommendation for helping them and others understand the full potential of our community.
Love it. Which brings us to an important point that we as a community need to confront: the toxicity of the campfire, which is why I never go there unless Stands with Trees is there and I can hang out with him. For years, the campfire has gone from a reputation of hangout fun and camaraderie to a toxic and sometimes hateful experience. This will be our topic this week in the discussion session. So start thinking about what you would recommend to change the campfire experience.
And get your thinking caps on. The VR award nights, this was the fifth anniversary, fifth year, was amazing. Winners represented the best of the best across the spectrum of the XR industry. We'd like to highlight that one of our friends, Tom Furness, he received the Accentures VR Lifetime Achievement Award. This is such a well-deserved honor for the grandfather of virtual reality. And I will pass on your love because I'm having dinner with him this week. Yay!
Awesome, Laurel. That's cool. We want to hear a full report next week.
Okay, I'll let him know.
All the inside info and his thoughts on the metaverse.
Oh, all right. We're gonna play, but I'll get some opinions on there. All right.
Awesome. So VR hardware of the year was the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept Edition, an amazing and powerful headset designed for research, universities, and enterprise use. Its innovative face recognition, eye tracking, and pulse tracking features is a prediction for what is coming in the future.
VR Game of the Year was Resolution Games with their game Demeo, a role-playing multiplayer game that explores the underworld of the dungeons and realms of the Rat King. It was one of the most popular games this year, but its innovative gameplay and spectacular scenes made it a clear winner.
The VR film of the year was Paper Birds by, is it 3DAR or 3DAR? 3DAR.
DAR. Yeah.
Okay. A VR film. This is a VR film about a young musician in search of true inspiration and adventure as Toto explores the invisible world and learns from his great adventures. The music of this VR film is amazing and integral to the experience. I might just go in my headset
Seriously.
tonight and watch that.
Yeah.
It sounds really
And
good. I'd
there's
like to
there's
see
two
it.
or three. I can't remember, there's two versions or there's three of this in the series. But what's fascinating is that the music. So music is so integral, voice is so integral to VR, but music is becoming more and more important, and composers are just having a field day with this. It's really interesting. Um, the VR Education and Training App of the Year award went to Veil VR by Norcat. Now, Norcat's won before, but this is really amazing. In a strategic partnership with Veil, that's one of the world's leading mining companies, their training app delivers new interactive and experiential training technology tools for pre operation circle check training and strengthening miner skills when performing work safety and productivity tasks. So that's gone, VR is now being used in the mining industry for training.
Wow,
Awesome.
that's amazing. The VR Social Impact Award went to Race Equity and Child Welfare by Accenture Virtual Experience Solution, which is an immersive solo experience as a care worker embedded in a home visit for training child welfare caseworkers. Congrats to all the winners and to the runners up who were also game and life changers.
No kidding. It was an amazing list. So please check those out at the VR Awards. All right. Market reports. Since we're talking about the industry, market reports since the Facebook and Meta announcements, the investment markets have been on fire exploring the metaverse potential for investment income. And there's new reports out, new things out. Altspace VR, big screen VR, and Roblox are gaining massive attention and ground as major players in gaming and social VR industry. Stunned to see their names be repeated over and over in those reports. The global gaming and metaverse market value continues to soar and is now valued by some market predictions. There were a whole bunch all over the scale. I kind of picked in the middle here. About in US dollars, $314.5 billion dollars
Wow.
2026. That is double the original valuation estimate for 2020. And this is still an estimate that many think is very undervalued. So lots of money to change hands and play around with here.
Unbelievable. New Gen Apps estimates that by 2025, AR and VR games global user base is expected to host 216 million users. Estimates are that there are thousands of people a day going into Altspace VR, VR chat, and related platforms. Incredible.
You may not see them, but they're coming in. It's pretty stunning. Oh, you may think that Altspace VR is being ignored and undervalued by Microsoft, but it appears to be part of their master plan. Altspace VR avatars are being integrated into Microsoft Teams. More than that, Microsoft will use AI technology to listen to your voice in Microsoft Teams and animate your avatar based upon verbal expressions and tones. They're taking these wackadoodle eyeballs that we all have, and they're taking it even further so that our gestures will do that, so we don't have to control. See, we won't even have to control our avatars anymore. Steph,
Wow.
this will be great for you because then you don't teleport across every time. Sorry to pick on you, but she appreciates that. We recognize Steph by her teleports. No, so many of us do. We move around in weird ways, and this could be interesting. It's a little scary to have them control our gestures, but there you go. I want to know what the middle finger gesture. What do I have to do tone of voice to bring that up? Okay, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I did not say that in any way, shape, or form. Erase that last second. Okay, Microsoft Teams integration will likely be added. That's going into boober reel. I just know it. Will likely be added in the first half of 2022 as Accenture continues their experiments with the technology.
You've been hearing more and more about Accenture. So let's help you understand who and what they are and what is their relationship with AltSpace VR? Accenture is a global investor and acquisition company that focuses on technology for enterprise innovation and growth in the digital era. They are a global alliance SI partner with Microsoft, and they have a vested interest in the enterprise version of AltSpace VR working with Mesh and Azure.
They're part of the business side of all of what we do. All right, now an update this week in time for the VR Awards brought back the 2D ability to remove the menu with Control Alt P. Let's hear or let's emoji an amen for that one.
Absolutely.
Oh man. It's like I don't know, they got this idea in the head that nobody was using 2D here in VR. Excuse me, but for filming, that one is a big one. We are so grateful to have that back for screenshots and filming and everything else. Now, to sound whiny, I want to. To turn it off requires pressing Control Alt P again rather than just escape. Excuse me, making it clumsy to switch back and forth. But there it is.
We're hoping that the world info bug will be fixed in the next update. We hope. The world info bug is the inability to click info on worlds for more information and spawn a portal to them. It works for events, but not worlds. For events like the world tours that are reliant upon portals to move your group through the worlds, simply add teleporters to your event space and invite the travelers to return to the event space by portal or their event calendar and move to the next world. If you have world building transformer access to the worlds on your tour list, add a teleporter to the next world to link them together and make life easier. There are always creative solutions around these temporary bugs. We hope this will be resolved in this week's update.
We hope. Educators in VR and News and Updates will be hosting another year of holiday storytelling beginning in December. So excited about this. Get your holiday worlds together to volunteer for some storytelling and consider sharing traditional and original holiday stories yourself. The theme this year will be international traditional cultural stories. We hope to have them told in their native languages as well. So, in the next, hopefully, 24 hours, Educators in VR will have the information on their educatorsinvr.com website, and their Discord and Facebook groups will announce it also in the AltSpace channels and on the news and updates. So get ready to sign up. Get your story on, get your world going. We're going to have fun this year with the holiday storytelling. This is the 4th or 5th year we've done this. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. As usual, we bring you the news from around the AltSpace VR community every week, and in between, the news you need to know to enjoy this beautiful metaverse that already exists. Join us on our News and Updates Discord for updates and related news that you can use to ensure you keep updated on what's going on within our very own AltSpace VR meta galaxy within the larger and ever-growing metaverse.
Now it is time for world building.
Yay!
Yay! We got some great news for you all. AltSpace VR announced this week they came to a consensus with a custom licensing agreement in the Cinti store, as we hoped. The kits are now found in the AltSpace VR collection and not featured events, which are the community donated kits.
The kit items continue to exist as they did before. They've just moved inside the world editor lists, so there should be no changes in the worlds. If you find a kit item not working right or changed, please notify the world building support team as soon as possible.
Now, based upon that incident and our reports on copyright issues for world builders, we are hearing from so many world builders that are sharing kits and templates that they're reviewing the terms of service, copyright policies, and license agreements for the kits they've shared with others from sources that come from other than their bright and creative minds. If you have concerns, please contact the World Builder and ask them about their kits if they're licensed so for you to use. And we are so grateful for World Builders to for taking this serious and protecting the creative rights of our creative folks. Is that enough creative for you?
Remember, the new sharing techniques for publicly accessible community shared kits are through the new group sharing feature. On the AltSpace VR website, go to More, Groups, All. There is a list of world builders offering various kits for free. Read the description before joining to be clear on how you may use the kits. Be aware that these are community shared kits and may change or be removed at any time. Keep that in mind because it does happen. So just
Yes, it does.
don't forget.
And when it does, you're
It's
going to be
sad.
ticked off. You're going to be really sad. You're going to be upset. But just know it is their right to do so. It'd be nice if they warned us, but it is their right. If you're a world builder and choose to share free kits this way, be aware that your group and kit descriptions must include your own license to assign permissions for group members to use the kits. Consider using those Creative Commons license templates we mentioned earlier. Please be sure that if you did not create the kit items yourself, that you have permission and rights to share them, or it could result in action by Altspace VR for violating their terms of service.
And once you join the group, the kits will be listed in your kits list on the website and in AltSpace VR's World Editor under Mine. We love the community for sharing their kits with us, so please show your gratitude and respect.
More improvements keep coming to the Altspace VR World web pages. There's now, this is a little thing, but for those of us who are world builders, this is a big deal. A long requested feature was added to improve breadcrumbs to the navigation beyond the worlds and the universes. Now, when you check out the list of objects, instead of hitting back and ending up in the universe, I mean, back to like your all of your worlds, and not getting back to just the one you were just looking at the objects at, the breadcrumb navigation allows you to jump back to the world or the universe. Love that they're spreading that link love around.
Awesome. The diagnostics panel continues to have issues for world builders. The native diagnostics panel, introduced in the past year, accessible through settings, is not working. The diagnostics panel on the website and in the World Editor is registering 0 frames per second, an essential part of validating your worlds for public or event use. We know these issues have been reported and should be resolved soon.
Love that word soon. We love our world builders.
Yes,
Please remember
yes,
there
yes.
are so many videos and tutorials that are available in the world building channels, and our community keeps making more of them. It's wonderful. Many of those are pinned to the top of the Altspace VR Discord in the world building tutorial channels they take you step by step through the process of switching to Unity 2020.3.9 and higher. They're saying 18 now. And if you're new to world building or a longtime builder, please check them out and check out all of the world building channels in the official Altspace VR Discord.
Many users are volunteering tutorial videos and articles to help support the community as well. Search first is the best approach when looking for an answer to your question, as it is likely you aren't the first to ask. Check the pinned messages on the different channels, as the good stuff will be there to help you on your way. And don't forget to check out the weekly SDK meetups and Jimmy's Building the Metaverse events, along with the World Tours by Daisy Shaw and the World Tours team.
The World Tours team is now part of Educators in VR. And its tour events are on Wednesdays, exploring the wonders of virtual worlds throughout Altspace VR. You can suggest worlds to us as well. We'd love it. November and December tours are mostly focused on holiday themed worlds and winter wonderlands to inspire holiday world building and getting people ready and inspired for the holiday storytelling, Altspace VR community events.
During the transition to Educators in VR, The World Tours team will be joining the World Builders Team Project and expanding their events to include tutorial and world building training events, as well as discussions and speakers on world building techniques and technology over the next few months. If you'd like to be a part of the team, please let us know after the event and learn more at educatorsinvr.com. Okay, so now it's time for our Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by AltSpace VR and events and groups all across the AltSpace VR community. So we enjoy that you enjoy these tips each week. So what do you have for us here, Laurel?
Oh, the Discord event stage is now out for every server across Discord. It was painful because I
Yay.
had servers that didn't have it and servers that did. Some AltSpace VR events also offer voice chats and events throughout the week. Several of my groups do. And it's a great way to bring people together without the headsets and whatnot in just new and interactive ways. Discord stage makes that easier, but more importantly, it allows Discord admins to announce non-Discord events like AltSpace
Cool.
events.
Very cool. So we covered this last month, and this is a reminder. Enable the Discord stage features and assign your Discord admins and or mods the ability to set up events. They will click on the events button above the Discord stage and create event. This will take you through a process to promote your event and provide a link to the event in AltSpace VR. That is so awesome, Laurel.
It's fabulous. The Discord server will automatically announce the event when it is close to starting, allowing you to focus on the event in AltSpace and let Discord do some of the work for you. I needed it during NaNoWriMo. It waited till day 18 to make that possible of the 30 days of that. But it's just wonderful. Members can click on events to see a list of what's coming. And just like in AltSpace VR, they can RSVP and receive notification when the event is live. During testing, a single server could only feature 50 events. But now the cap has been raised to 100, allowing you to promote more events over a longer time period. So you can just plan out the next 3 months of events and then just let it work for you. You know, put the links to your AltSpace events in there and it will announce. Fabulous.
Discord is our support networking community for AltSpace VR events and groups. We bring you these Discord tips each week. If you have any fast and easier ways to use Discord, please let us know in our news and updates Discord and share your events, your worlds, and your news with us there as well. We stream out to Twitch and YouTube weekly, and we love sharing your AltSpace VR news.
I did that old spacebar business. All right, now on to AltSpace events. All right, AltSpace VR events. The holiday is coming, and so are the holiday events. In the US, it's Thanksgiving week when family traditionally comes together to eat too much and whine about their lives, bitch about each other. Just part of our tradition. Sit around too much, watch too much football, and then have great indigestion and flatulence. This is the American Thanksgiving. Come on, you all recognize it, don't you? Oh, yeah. In my family, we voted on it. It was terrible. So last year changed Thanksgiving. It really did. Oh, God. So this year, I don't know if there's going to be more to be thankful for. I'm sorry. I'm such a child. Okay. All right. There's so much more to be thankful for as more and more people are vaccinated, including children. Thank God. And many
Finally.
are, yeah, really. And many are getting booster shots already, including me.
Me
especially
too.
in the US. Yeah, as it just authorized boosters for everyone with at least 6 months between their vaccine and their booster appointment. Love that. More and more countries, cities, restaurants, even shopping malls are requiring proof of vaccine before entering. But here in AltSpace VR, we embrace all. The only infection here in AltSpace VR is laughter.
And we have plenty of that here in Alt Space.
Oh, yes, we do. And flatulence. No, there's no flatulence in virtual reality.
No, we just have MREs that throw up on you, right?
Oh, don't even go there. Don't go there.
So, among the many event groups here in All Space VR celebrating the various holidays will be the church services and spiritual meetups, including the Pagans and Celts celebrating winter solstice on December 21st for the Northern Hemisphere and summer solstice for the Southern Hemisphere of our beautiful, precious planet. There's so many churches live streaming to and from AltSpace VR, along with religious and spiritual groups. We just can't list them all, but know that there will be wonderful holiday experiences and events to honor the season, be it Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, or Kwanzaa.
In my family, we say, see if I can get this right. This is the first time this year to remember it. Merry Mahana Kwanzaamas. There you go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
We got to get all of them in there. I think I did good.
You
All right.
did.
So,
Fast.
highlights this week events are the AltSpace VR moderator basic training event coming in on Tuesday. If you're interested in hosting events or supporting events through moderation roles, this training event is essential. It is an intensive hour covering the core elements of moderation. In January, Educators in VR will be offering in-depth moderation and event training programs that are paid workshops. So stay tuned for news on those.
Simulation Nation hosts special guest Steve Skroce. Is that I pronounced that right?
Yep, you did beautiful.
Okay, Skroce. The expert who storyboarded all 4 of the Matrix movies, including the newest one, to discuss the storytelling techniques used in this mixed reality movie series. Then co-founder of Inscape Studios, Matt Sinclair, will join their discussion party to share insights into simulated and mixed reality movie making and how these movies changed our thinking about technology in the future.
Wednesday is a special XR Meditation in the Workplace event with Dr. Jose Ferrer Costa and Dana Maria Faneker, discussing how and why meditation in the work environment is critical to improved workforce environments, decision making, and it helps to reduce burnout and stress. And doing it in VR is becoming more and more commonplace. So I love they're exploring this. The event will also include a guided meditation as examples.
Gay Men Speed Dating is Wednesday, an opportunity to connect with other gay men in AltSpace VR. And who knows, you might get lucky. Oh no, not lucky that.
No,
like
no, no, no,
that.
no, no, no. Careful, Karen. Careful.
Lucky as in you might find a love connection. You never
There
know.
you go.
There have been marriages, divorces, and great loves here in AltSpace VR.
I just can't leave her alone for just a second. She just goes totally off.
Hey,
Okay.
Laurel, I had a good teacher.
I know. Guilty as charged. Oh, I'm such a child. Okay. Caught. All right, Kilowatt D is offering a community mindfulness event on Wednesday called Wednesday Reset, lasting only 15 minutes or so. It's a great opportunity to catch up with yourself midweek, especially with the holidays that are beginning on Thursday in the US and our stress levels are just climbing. Family. Okay.
Any reason for a party in AltSpace VR? And we have a fun one called Bratwurst Meets the World, a magical tree party by Mel and team. Have fun in their German and English language social event held in the woods near a spooky house.
My idea of a good time. No, you did fine. I was just imagining this, magical tree party and spooky house thing and going, yeah, I could get into that. All right. Angelic Healing hosts an event on Thursday to explore mediumship. A new concept for me. This and finding the serene in the scary. They are focusing on debunking the myths and the scary stories around communication with spirits.
Ooh. Women
Hmm.
IT Pros is an amazing event here in AltSpace VR, bringing women and technology together to support and encourage each other. IT careers for women may not involve coding, but they run the majority of the support and technical side of technology. Join them on Friday to connect with other women and men exploring the technical side of IT.
Now, looking ahead, educators in VR and the XR Safety Institute are teaming up again this year to celebrate XR Safety Week and Safety Awareness December 6th through the 10th. Now, we know it sounds boring, but this year they are tackling human rights, diversity, copyright, privacy, and what's coming at us in the metaverse. And you want to be a part of that discussion. December 10th, they're working with the UN to declare XR Human Rights Day to promote awareness, respect, and security that we all need when it comes to metaverse and what's coming at us. The multi-day event. Seriously, I just talked to somebody today who was is they're they want to create a platform that will track everything in your body and all of the personal your data, personal data and stuff like that for whatever it is that they're using. And while I think that's exciting for research and stuff, it's also a little scary. So we
Mhm.
got to find that safe place in between there. I think it's what they're doing is amazing. But the multi-day event will be engaged in an space, and we will have details coming up really soon, including specific on the December 10th town hall event, where you'll be able to meet with world leaders and innovators in technology and the metaverse to share your story. They're coming to listen.
As mentioned, these are just a few highlights of the events this week. There's so many we can barely keep up with them. Check out the channels to find the events to tickle your fancy and amuse your spirit.
And if you don't see something that interests you, start your own event. Let us know about it by posting it here on the News and Updates Discord. And we love sharing your events here.
We do our best to bring you the highlights from this ever growing community, and we are so glad that you're here to share it with us.
Are you ready?
Drum roll.
Hey! It's time for our discussion. Now, remember, as promised, our discussion today is on looking for your suggestions on how we can change the campfire.
And I think I've mentioned this before here in news and updates, but I hadn't been in alt space very long. And I heard so much talk about the campfire. I thought I was kind of scared to go over there because I didn't have friends at that time. And my brother Rich wasn't in here yet. So I was kind of on my own. I was still kind of running away from people instead of talking, believe it or not. But anyway, I decided just to go over to the campfire. So I pop in. As soon as I pop in, I hear this, I'm pregnant. And I thought, holy crap, what did I just walk in on? Well, anyway, I hit the home button and got out of there. But it scared me because it's like somebody's talking about being pregnant, and in on some private conversation on who knows what. So the few times I have only been in there a handful of times since I've been in alt space, and I've been in here over 2 years now. But it's just when I go in there, just like a lot of I don't know kids and it's just not it doesn't represent to me what alt space is all about. And Laurel, I loved you what we had said before in the news and updates about when somebody new comes in here, and having them go to 101, right? Well, first go to info zone and then having them go to 101 and
Mhm.
then showing them a few worlds. And then following up by maybe recommending a class or an event or something like that. So okay, so my thought for the campfire, and then I'll turn it over to everybody here. But my thought would be, so the first thing they do, I think, is a lot of people is pop into the campfire. So if we could have someone at the spawn point, like maybe community helpers, set up something where a community helper would be there 24 hours, right? And so they're greeted immediately by somebody. They're made to feel welcome. And then, if they so choose, the community helper could throw a portal and take them over to InfoZone, maybe show them around a little bit, and then
Mhm.
maybe take them to a world or two, depending on how many community helpers we have, right? But at least have somebody there to meet them. A few weeks ago, I went over to Meta's, what's Horizon, and I've been in there a few times before, but I went over there, popped in for a few minutes, and somebody was there and greeted me and showed me around. Of course, I'd been there before, but that was nice. It's nice to have someone on the other end when you first pop into a place, because it for a lot of people coming into a social VR platform, like when I came in, it's overwhelming at first, and the first impression you get can either make you stay here forever or never come back. So, with that being said,
I agree. I absolutely agree. And let's hear, we've got a bunch of people already jumping on. Let's hear your solutions. I totally agree. All right. Victor, you're up, Victor. Victor?
Hello?
Hello? You raised your hand.
Oh, that was excellent. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Lance, you're up.
Come on! I thought more people were gonna be in front of me this time.
That's all right.
Darn
It's
it.
not a contest. It's
Darn it.
not a contest, hon.
Well, to change the campfire, that's kind of tricky right there.
Hmm.
To really think about it, I don't know if there'd be a way to actually change the campfire unless we actually made a whole new campfire or something.
No, 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 no. It's not about the environment. It's not about the environment. It's about the attitude.
Mhm.
The attitude's gonna be impossible to change, actually.
Mm.
But with what Karen was mentioning, having a community helper there or something like that, 24/7, to actually, help people go to places instead of just constantly sticking there. Because I remember when I was in the info zone, I would, introduce myself, they'd talk, and I'd help them when like anytime they needed help, and before they go to the campfire, I made sure that they had the worlds turned on to give them an option to actually, not just go to the campfire and be like, is this it? So I,
Huh?
had them turn on their, have a little tiny world section to teach them that there's more to do instead of just going to events and the campfire, and they were like,
Hmm?
oh, sweet, thank you. I might actually do this instead of going to the campfire, which I've had a lot of people do that, so that would be nice. But then I was thinking, like, let's say the info zone and stuff. Um, I was probably thinking that it shouldn't just have one portal only going to the campfire. I know they do that because that's where the admins are. Well, I was thinking, it would be nice if the other places that are there, the common trending news and entertainment and stuff, would have its special little portal there too, so they don't only have to go to the campfire.
Hmm.
Now that
Agree.
they're, yeah, so instead of just going straight to the campfire and getting caught by, everything that happens there and be like, I don't know this place for me. They can go to the other places and be like, oh, cool, what's this? And, play with some of the
Hmm.
interactable stuff that's there. So
I like that. Yeah,
that's
give him
something that
Mhm.
more
I would like to
options.
see.
More
I like
options
that
from the
Go
too.
info
into
zone.
one place,
Love
you're
it.
able to go to all the places that they have here. And even
Wonderful.
maybe have up a little sign showing people, if they go to the info zone. I know we teach that in the 101, but not everyone goes to the, to the 101. So it'd be nice if there was a little section there explaining how they could turn on worlds to actually go world hopping stuff themselves.
Yeah, the worlds thing is complicated, and I
I
understand why
know, I
it's
know.
still in beta, but having options going to the Discovery Zone and the other zones that were built by request of the community, I think would be a good idea. All right, let's hear from
Oh
some other.
yeah.
Thank you, Lance. All
No
right,
credit.
Stands with Trees, you're up.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry. Can you please hit the raise hand button again? My apologies. I am so sorry. Have you hit the button again? Do 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 do. Oh, I bet he's in full mode. Come on, dance with trees. Hit the raise hand button again. I made a boo boo. If you can't do a boo boo, not possible.
Oh,
You know,
there
I
he
just
is.
messed it up. Okay.
Oh.
All right, is he on the list? Not on the
Oh,
list yet.
No, it shows him as on air with
then you-
megaphone.
Then okay. Well, but I shut him off the list. I need to have him raise the hand again, Matthew. Not happening? All right, we'll
Oh.
do this manual. I am so sorry. I was trying to remove Lance and I removed you by accident. Okay, looking for you on the list here.
He's showing up for me.
Okay, then right click on him and add megaphone.
He's showing up as having megaphone on here. Maybe I should
Nope,
dismiss
got it.
him.
Let's try now.
Oh,
Let's try
okay.
now.
Okay, now
There
we
we
go.
go.
Oh, so
Hey.
sorry. Forgive me later.
All right, so Laurel, you're not going to hear the end of that one. Anyway,
I know. I know.
so a couple of things. Campfire, you know what? After listening to Karen, I wish there was some kind of way. I mean, that would be something that I would certainly be interested in doing. I mean, since I hang out in the campfire a lot anyway, greeting people and making sure they feel comfortable. No, so I think that's a great idea if there were some way that could be arranged. And I also, I have to say this again. I know I've said it many, many times, but I want to say it again. I can't wait for the day when Microsoft Mesh comes down to the consumer version of AltSpace VR, and I can start holoportation, bombing around the campfire in my wheelchair. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. Now, now we have to figure. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's not as easy as that. Because you will still be on megaphone later. So we're going to figure that out afterwards. All right. Oh, there it is. Now you're on the list. Now I can get rid of you. There you go. Okay. Thundershine, you came in a little late, but what do you have to say about the campfire?
Well, my opinion on that is because I've talked to a couple people the other night, and they were saying that they should add a few more games, kind of expand location and make it a lot bigger. Because when you have so many people at once, it like people are like almost right next to each other, and you're hearing like 3 or 4 conversations going on at the same time. It's very hard to hear your conversation with the one person if you're so close to another group. So kind of like
And-
expand it, add a few more
and how-
games.
How do you think that's going to improve the toxicity?
It could probably help because sometimes people say it gets boring they're just sitting there just chatting with really no games to like interact with other people in a way of like interacting games.
All right.
Like Cards Against
Excellent.
Humanity, they have like interaction games, stuff that
Right,
would
which
make
anyone
people
could
want
set
to.
that up. Anyone could set that up in seconds and set up an event and pull people in, do it public and otherwise. So that's going on all the time. I'm not sure the games is going to clean up the toxicity in the campfire, but it might. If they have something to do. But usually there's something to do is shoot off their mouths and say vulgar things. So that's the part we're trying to. I don't think games are going to change that. I think games may increase that. I don't know. It could be interesting, but excellent input. Thank you. All right, Karen. Yeah, thank you. Karen 666, you're up.
Yeah, maybe if we could have like community helpers kind of on duty in the campfire, maybe 3 or 4 at any one time on a kind of a rota sort of basis, so that we could have the same powers in the campfire as we had in the info zone, that we could actually get rid of someone who's being abusive or offensive or something without having to wait for an admin.
I think that would be lovely. That would be lovely. Let me tell, and a very good point. And let me add something on a little bit of history here, as I help to, do some of the work with the community helper program. Community helpers, it is part of your requirement to be at the campfire and welcome people. It is part of the requirement of your duty to be in the info zone. Also welcome people and introduce them to Old Space. Just as Lance and Karen mentioned, that is part of your responsibilities now. Adding that now would involve, making you do that would involve a time chart and a schedule or something like that, but it is part of your responsibility to do that as a community helper. For those of you who hang out, or a little bit of history before we get on to the next people who raise their hands. There used to be a lobby. It was lovely, small, very tiny. And that allowed people to be greeted by a staff member or what eventually became community helpers, welcome them and whatnot. Well, people wanted to then hang out with the staff member, which made it a hangout place. And that wasn't an appropriate way to do that. Staff has staff things to do, and they're not your buddy and they're not your friend. They have their job to do. And so the campfire was built to be a bigger lobby. And yes, at Thundershine, it was made bigger and interactive games were added. So that happened and it made bigger. And there's ways to be in the campfire and not overhear people very easily. It's designed that way. And there are interactive things. The problem is that it became a place where people could hang out, and they've seemed to be given permission to say toxic and really, really offensive things. Because there's only so much the staff can do before they can take serious action against that. And toxic people tend to attract toxic people. So it became a waste dump for unfortunate behavior and unfortunate language. So the community begged that something to happen, and something needs to happen and change. So the info zone was created to in to introduce them to the community, and we were to staff it, and we did for about 6 months, and then it just went off into other things. That is still, again, part of the requirement of community helpers to staff all of those things. And then discovery zones were added that does news and all the different things to help broaden that. Nobody ever goes in there. I think they should be used. I think things should be happening in there, and community helpers can help drive that forward. So what we do know is that people will go wherever the numbers are highest. Right? They go to World's Popular, they see numbers, they go to events, they see numbers, they'll go there whether they're interested in them or not. So if we want people to use the Discovery Zone, if we want people to use the Info Zone, we got to populate it. Just takes 3 or 4, that's it. And that will draw people in, and then we have a chance to change those conversations. We, community helpers, definitely, I agree with that. I love that idea. We need to be back in those places, figure out our own schedules, and greet people as they come in, and make sure those that are shooting off their mouth know that that is inappropriate behavior. Unfortunately, some of those people are really revenge oriented. Care. We need to take back the campfire. Okay, so who's with me? Okay, so I'm just trying to do a little bit of, just route. Anyway, let's hear what the other ideas are. I mean, those are just general history and ideas. Leslie Faye, how can we clean up the campfire?
Maybe they should have stricter rules. Because one time I was in there and I told an admin somebody was using the N-word, and they did nothing. So I don't know.
This we do know is that the laws require the staff must witness it. You reporting it can help point it out. They have to witness it or to take action, because then it becomes legally hearsay. And there's been many things about people, filming and sending in film clips to report things and all those kinds of stuff. They still need to witness it, and it makes it complicated. But good on you for reporting it. And hopefully you block that person who reported them that way as well, because blocking makes a huge difference. The more we block people, that are really, really toxic. I'm not just talking about somebody who's having a bad day, pain in the ass person, or that naggy person that you just stay away from because they consume all the oxygen out of the air. When you find really, really bad people that had bad behavior, block them, report it. All did that may help because it gives staff actionable written information to go with it. So good point. Thank you, Leslie Faye. All right, Walking Tiger is up. Walking Tiger? Have something to add on the campfire?
Yes, can you hear me now?
We can.
Okay, good. So far what I've been hearing about how to clean up the toxicity has been like human intervention. So is there some way, like I don't know who governs that area, what type of rules that it falls under, but from a programming standpoint, can't you just add like a voice filter? So when those voices, those not a voice filter, but a word filter, just like chatting programs, where when certain keywords are triggered, you're automatically just bumped out of there, period. And if you have repeat offenses, then the more you have that behavior, then the longer you're banned from even coming back into the campfire. So I don't know if that's possible or not.
I think that is a fascinating idea.
Mhm.
Now let's look at this from a privacy issue. That would mean that Microsoft would have to monitor everything said, public spaces and events.
hmm
Which
You feel about
Facebook
that?
does.
Yeah, Facebook does it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Microsoft does
I
not.
think it's the responsibility of any type of social platform to monitor that, because they do have a certain responsibility. I mean, it's their platform. They need to make sure.
They
It's
do
just
have
like buying a
responsibility.
car. Mhm.
They have responsibility, but the freedom of speech and the speech laws in different countries, especially the GDPR in the EU, has rules in that restrict that. That's why Facebook is banned in Oculus stuff is banned in Germany, is because it's non-compliant with their rules. So
Mm.
I think it's a cool idea, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. We need to be aware that everything, sometimes we're joking around with people that are our friends, and we may say something that may trigger. And I don't know if an AI is smart enough to know when that's teasing and friends that know each other and love each other just being goofy. We have the ability to be goofy, and when is that crossing a line?
Right.
And I don't know. I'm not the police, but
Mhm.
I think it's a fabulous idea. I also see consequences. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
And all
Thank
these
you.
things, all these ethical issues are going to have to be really dealt with over the next few years. The more we get into these types of things, and the more these social VR platforms grow.
Absolutely. And we need to deal with it now. It is not something that can wait. We live in a world that waits until the last minute. They wait till something really happens bad to deal with it. I mean, we wait till children are shot in a school. Oh no, we didn't fix that, the gunshot ownership thing either. We didn't do it then. Okay. Reality is we need to not wait until it's devastating. This is something that we know is coming, and I think we need to address it right on. But let's just start with making the campfire a safer place. Maybe be as simple as, if you hang out there, hang out closer to the spawn point so that your cheerful and positive conversations engage people right away and be welcoming. If you're a community helper, hang around there and welcome people. Make them feel like this is a safe space, that this is a fun place. It's an open space and opinions are welcome, but assholiness is not. Okay, is that another word for toxicity? In my world, it is. Yes, it's a word.
I just learned a new word.
It's a new word. There you go. Again, the following has been our opinions and does not reflect the news and updates. um, but really, it is up to us. Altspace has, as a community, we have spoken repeatedly. We have said we need, and they have provided over and over and over again, and yet we diss them all the time. We let our little anger over a small, I can't figure out how to log in, fill up the reviews on the Oculus store and on everywhere else, saying that Altspace sucks because my login doesn't work. Excuse me? You know that Altspace sucks if you can't log in. You can't log in to experience it. How do you know it sucks? So 3 stars or 2 stars or 1 star because you can't freaking log in. The rest of us can, but we need to stop the toxicity, and we need to remember why we're here and why this is so beautiful. This is not a lecture. It's a celebration. You think, Karen?
I think that's very well said, Pharrell. I don't know. People, it's just like hurry up generation, right? I mean, it's like if
Mhm.
something doesn't work exactly the way they want it to work, then they're out of there, right? And I mean, this is an
and
emerging
have to leave
technology,
the
and-
evidence.
Yeah, this is an emerging technology, and like has been said many times, the whole metaverse is buggy. It's not just Altspace; it's the whole metaverse. We're going through a growth period now,
Mhm.
and it's just to be expected, and you just got to be patient. But
And-
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say one last thing is I would love to see educators in VR take over the whole community helper organization. And I mean, I just think you guys could do a phenomenal job at organizing the community helpers, training them, assigning them maybe to, I don't know, to somebody who would be sort of like their guide or whatever. And it just take charge of that whole program. I would love to see that.
But the rest of you, that idea? A little bit of questions. then let Altspace know. Send in a support ticket and recommend it. Let's see what happens. All right, thank you. And thank you for the vote of encouragement. All right, that's it is that it for this week's news and updates. Thank you all for your opinions and your voice on it, because together we work together to make Altspace better, and it has gotten so much better over the years. And we have freedom to bitch and complain and to say all the things we want to do, and yet we keep coming back for more. It's a beautiful thing. So thank you for making the community be as vibrant and wonderful as it is. Thank you for joining us every week and celebrating. We're heading into our 4th year of news and updates. Golly, we've been here for too long. We got spider webs growing on us, Mark.
That was for Halloween. Those were the Halloween spider webs.
Oh, okay.
So when news you need to know happens, we share it in our news and updates Discord. So you get the news through the clutter of information. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channels so others can keep up with the news in and around Altspace.
We do this for you for free. Why? We don't know. We do it for you. We do it because of you. Some days I want to say pay us for this. We are not Altspace VR employees. Our team works so hard. You have no idea how hard we week every work to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with everything going on around here. Mark, we're melting down up here.
All right, let me see if I can get through my part now. So
Oh my
thank you
God.
guys for being here every week to share the latest updates from in and around the Altspace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, or actually Mark does. And you can catch up with past episodes and more about Altspace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, etc., and help us put this show together every week.
You want to join the insanity? Come join the news and updates team and talk to us after the show. We need every sane person to help us make this work.
And
We will
insane as
train you.
well.
And insane. You got to be a little crazy to work here. It helps. We train you in event hosting, management, moderation, and all the little fiddly bits that you need to know. We need more moderators. We need more filmers. We need reporters. We need everything. So please come join the team. Trust me, it is way too much fun. All you have to do is take pictures and give us a little one-sentence summary of the event and post it in our private reporter channel. This is your show as much as ours, and we'd love you to be a part of it.
Thanks to all of our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So with these uncertain times, please be safe wherever you are in the world.
Yay! Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Laurel.
Survived another one. I don't know how we do it every week. I have no
I don't know.
idea.
They're getting more and more interesting. I love
And they just these crazy people keep coming back for more all the time. I love it. All right, everybody, have a good week. Oh, thank you, Holly. All right, I've got 5 minutes. I gotta get out of here. Oh yeah, no, I know how to do that. No, I can't see the audience while I'm so, yeah, that's a known way of doing it. Just turn your hand the other direction.
Yeah.
No. The hand in front, turn it towards you.
It's not good.
Oh,
I gotta retake
There.
that one.
No, turn it around.
like
Now
that?